It's only fitting that the last episode of my gym battle series, until I start taking on the Elite Four, will be against someone I fought in the very beginning. If you're paying attention, that code is not a coincidence. I'm fighting the gym leader of that Desejuai deck that we beat with the Macargos. You might also notice, since this is the last episode of this part of the series, that this is blank. The cards are going to be a surprise. Once again, I'm fighting the incredible Yuji. They're the Fire Gym Leader this time. I think they were filling in for somebody else, which is kind of funny because that actually happens in the main Pokemon series sometimes. And I'm going to use a deck completely designed to destroy Fire-type decks. This is going to be a lot of fun. And here's the Krabby that you might have gathered from the thumbnail. They're playing Magby. Uh-oh. What's going to happen? This is going to be a fun one. And just a reminder for those of you who are just coming into this series, this is about building gimmicky decks to take on specific other decks. It's about deck building, counter deck building, and making fun decks with cards that we don't use all the time. So if you're don't run this in the ranked queue, maybe you could. This one's one of my favorites, but this is more about just building a good deck to beat another specific deck more than anything else. All right, so I'm running a will deck, which you might have guessed because Krabby Kingler obviously is a coin flip card. I'm really proud of this. This is one of my favorite creations. Like, out of all the decks I made, this is up there with the Doug Trio deck. So I've got Sabrina. We're going to bring in that Eevee early on. We're going to just kind of yoink it to the front. And then I immediately play Squirt Bottle and delete one of its energy because I'm evil. And then I play another one to delete another energy because I'm absolutely evil. All the energy is just gone. There's just no energy. It's kaput. And that was one of the happiest moments of my life. Just to delete 2 energy and there's nothing they could do to stop it. Yuji was so mad. So obviously I know it's a Flareon deck, right? So I wanted to destroy as much energy as possible. And deleting 1 would do nothing, because Flareon can just get it back with its ability. Deleting 2 makes it so it can't attack this turn. That'll give me enough time, to sort of evolve, start doing stuff. So Eevee actually ditches a 3rd energy to retreat back into Magby and summon more energy. So there's 3 fire energy we've managed to waste so far, which is just fantastic. It's just amazing. Alright, so I'll put another Krabby down. Now, Kingler is a bad card. To be perfectly honest, it's a bad card. I could destroy this Magby, but I'm not doing that because I'm worried that if Flareon comes in next turn, which it could, it'll just one-shot my Krabby, my Kingler, whatever I put there, and then I won't be able to fight back. So I'm starting to power up the Eevee because I want to have that Glaceon option. Spoiler alert, I'm using Glaceon in this deck. You can kind of see me playing it now. It's another coin flip card with Paralysis. Really good with Will because I can guarantee the stun, making it into a pretty awesome card. I think Glaceon was pretty good to begin with. At this point, though, I'm just going to attack with Krabby, get rid of the Magby, and threaten to send in Kingler with KO Crab next turn if they can't get Flareon online. So a big threat on the field. I am threatening to bring in KO Crab right now. They've got to react to it. They have to take me out right now. No choice. No choice. Tons of energy on Eevee. We see Pokeball get played. Obviously, Flareon's got to come out now. Only 5 cards left in their deck. And there it is, the Flareon EX. We knew that was coming, but they're too afraid of KO Crab. They've got to get rid of my Krabby. So we see Fire Spin go off. It wipes me out. But that's fine. I got Glaceon. And this is where the deck gets really fun. I bring in Glaceon. Oh, this is good. I've also got Misty. I have so many options. But I go for Will because it's more important that I get the stun this turn. The stun is crazy important. Ice Beam to 60 damage, 80 because it's super effective. And it's guaranteed to stun. Flareon is done if it can't heal. It is just done if it can't heal. Such a powerful move against a fire deck. This is the most evil thing you can do to a fire deck, is bring in Squirt Bottles and Glaceons. It is beyond evil. If Flareon can't heal, I win. It can't retreat. It can't attack. But with Eevee Bag, it's able to heal just enough that I can't take it out. Just enough. Just enough. And then there's another Eevee Bag, so they're worried I might have Giovanni or something. They overheal, right? That's okay. We got this. We got this. Oh, and then it does 20 damage to itself. So I guess I could take it out if I had Giovanni. I'm not sure if I do, though. But still, that was a little risky. I'm not sure it needed the extra energy there. I wouldn't have done that. Either way, doesn't make a huge difference. I just need to be able to take it out. So I've got Kingler, right? And I'm going to play Misty because I don't have Will. If I had my second Will, I would obviously just win the game. But unfortunately, Misty whiffs. Misty is not cooperating. But remember, I flipped coins on Misty, and I got bad luck. That means I'm owed some good luck, so Glaceon got the heads. And that's one of the benefits to flipping a lot of coins. Some of them won't work, some of them will. If you flip enough coins, it actually stops being, like, as random. There's actually this weird thing that happens where if you flip enough coins, you start to be able to predict it with, like, Gaussian distributions and stuff. We're not going to win all that. Then Misty pops off, and I'm just like, I get tons of energy on Kingler for no reason. But, you know, I don't want to BM. I don't want to BM. I could have gone for KO Crab there, but we're just going to have Glaceon finish it. Great game. Yeah, and you see one is tails, one is heads. You're always getting heads somewhere, and that's one of the cool things about this deck. Even when you don't draw Will, you have a great game. That's 1 out of 3. I still need to win one more of the next 2 games. As long as I win one more of the next 2 games. But this is such a powerful counter deck. Let's go ahead and skip ahead to the next game. Gonna skip to the next game. Okay. Alright, so we skipped ahead. This is the next game. I have to go first again, which stinks, right? It's better to go second. Not only am I going first, but they get the Magby again. They're getting all this good stuff. But I'm still like, that's fine. That's fine. You know, this deck is awesome. I think I can win. I think I can win. I got this. I got this. Not even a problem. Not even a problem, right? So I've got double Krabbies. I've got my Eevee. I've got all the cards I need. Pokeball. I've got all 4 of the basics in this deck. It's pretty obvious at this point. I got Find a Friend Eevee. I got my Krabbies. You know, I got everything. I got everything. Now we just hope that they don't get Flareon too quick. We just hope they don't get Flareon too quick. But this is such a fun counter deck. You can already see why this is so fun to play. Even if you're not fighting a fire deck, you replace the Squirt Bottles, obviously, if you're not fighting a fire deck. But against anything, this is amazing. So I get an early evolution. You know, I get my Glaceon, but Krabby is a little bit weak, you know, with the 2 energy. Maybe we'll get a new Krabby released at some point. For right now, Krabby's definitely a big weakness in this deck. I like having the KO Crab. It's so crazy if you can get it off. You know, it's like a mega EX killer. But overall, it is a little slow. It is a little slow. Alright, so I've got Misty. And I choose to play it on the Glaceon. Get 1 energy? Perfect. Just what I needed. Maybe I should have done that the other way around. You know? I probably should have played it on my active Krabby instead of the Glaceon, because Krabby could have used the extra energy, but it's fine. We pick up the KO with Krabby. Glaceon is also prepped for next turn, and we're ready to go. Even if, you know, Krabby gets knocked out, we can bring in the Glaceon and take out the Flareon. So I'm feeling great about this. I love this deck. I feel like this deck is doing really well. Now, my opponent is... do they have Flareon? Do they have Flareon? I'm hoping they don't have Flareon. They play Silver. They get rid of Will. Of course they do. You know, you've got to get rid of Will. Will is so crazy with this deck. It's a guaranteed stun. Will is a guaranteed stun with this deck. Or worse, if I get Kingler up, it's a 50% chance KO Crab goes full nuclear. So Will is so scary with this deck. They play Flareon and then immediately heal it with Eevee Bag. They're taking no chances. They know how much damage I can do. Fire Spin goes off. I lose my Krabby, but that's fine. That's fine. With Misty giving us extra energy, we have enough energy on Glaceon. Gonna bring that right in. And this is the final gym battle. If I get this, I have all 8 badges. I can challenge the Elite Four. Alright, I Squirt Bottle the Flareon, which is pretty funny. Because now, no matter what happens, it can't attack this turn. Unfortunately, I do get the paralysis, which kind of wastes the Squirt Bottle, because it couldn't attack me anyway. But it's still, like, insult to injury. Like, oh my goodness, I have no energy on this Flareon. What do I do? And now, if they heal the Flareon, and try to get more energy with its ability, it's going to be in KO range. So this is such a big threat. This is such a big threat. Even if it can't attack anyway. That Squirt Bottle was just... It was just perfect. It was just perfect. Oh, Yuji's really struggling here. Like, you could tell. They're thinking on the clock. They're like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? They're trying to find some way out of this impossible position, and they just surrender. GG. I've won already. So this was my final gym battle against the incredible Yuji again. Yuji was amazing, by the way. These gym leaders really dedicate their time to provide this experience for us. They're using a fixed stack. You know, anybody who fights them, it might not be this one specifically, but within the week, you know, you can fight them again and again, you know, each day. I think it's once a day. And they'll keep using the same deck. They'll keep using the same deck to challenge you, and it really feels like you're fighting a gym leader. It's a lot of fun. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the last gym badge. I have all 8 now, and I can challenge the Elite 4 of Pokemon Pocket. The next video that I'm going to put out on this series will be a little bit longer. It'll be me actually building the deck I used to fight the Elite Four. It'll actually be my full deck building. Everything I'm thinking, everything I'm doing, you will see. So look forward to that. And I'll catch everybody later.